world where everything's very disposable. We want to make sure that if a customer buys a product that has Hyperlite on it, it's going to last as long as they need it to. You know, the goal of everybody here at Hyperlite is pretty simple. It's to build innovative quality goods for the wake athlete. So Hyperlite was officially founded in '91. We were the first compression molded wakeboard company, which really changed the sport. There's also a lot of little innovations which we're known for that I think a lot of people forget about. Fully machined PVC core Nova boards, the first to do track mounting system in our boards, to closed toe boots, flex boards, our DuraShell surfboard construction, the lightest, most durable construction in our space. It's really what drives us, innovation and quality, bringing that to the consumer and making sure that they have a great time behind the boat. You know, I think what a lot of people don't realize is something that seems so simple, like a wakeboard boot or a wakeboard or a Wakesurfer. It is actually a very, very complex item. There are so many hands that are involved in the process. It all starts with an idea. It starts with an athlete who is looking for something that can improve their experience behind the boat or give them a little extra edge. From there it comes to our R&D team that needs to kind of take that idea and make it a reality. Taking that idea, figuring out how you can manufacture it, what it's going to look like, how it will go to retail, what it'll sell for, and even the simple stuff. I mean, it's got to go in a box, it's got to go into our warehouse, it's got to be packed, it's got to be shipped. From there it goes to our retail partners that our sales staff has educated to make sure that the consumer that walks into the shop has the best experience and knows exactly what they're going to buy. If the end user has a Hyperlite product that they're not happy with, then something's broken down in that chain of communication and product development, and we got to reevaluate it. For us, when we first moved overseas, it wasn't about building a cheaper wakeboard, it was about building a better wakeboard. Partnering with a manufacturer over there with capabilities that we didn't have at the time really allowed us to do that, and it allowed us to bring some new innovative stuff to market that nobody had ever seen before. We've been building overseas for over 15 years now. We partnered with a family-run business that values quality, that values innovation. They have employees that have been there for upwards of 20 years. You know, it's almost like it's an extension of who we are, just in another part of the world. We have raw materials that come from the United States, from Europe, from Japan. I mean, we choose the best raw materials to bring together and assemble with our manufacturing partners. So there's a lot of steps to building a wakeboard or a pair of boots or a Wakesurfer. You know, if you take wakeboards, for example, you got to start with the foam core. BioLite foam, something that we pioneered many years ago, a proprietary formula to us, which we feel yields the best, most buoyant, responsive product within the space. It's injected in these giant PU machines. We use exclusively hard tooling just to ensure that all of our parts are precise, from part to part to part. Soft tooling, which degrades over time and doesn't yield as precise of a part. Those aren't corners that we cut. We make sure that all of our parts come out exactly the same from the first to the 5,000th. The layup of a board is also a very important aspect of the product development process as well. From a kid's board to a women's board to a pro's board, all of them feature a different fiberglass or a different material that's inserted in there to yield a ride specific for the end user. That's just one of the things that we've, really dove into over the years, is making sure that the fiberglass combination with the composites and the laminates really makes sense for the person that the product's going to go to. Something that we really value is the proprietary nature of our product. We don't want to spend all this time innovating our goods just to have somebody else down the street knock it off. So we do spend a lot of time setting up our processes, the construction, the materials we spec, and we put it all together in a way that other companies can try to emulate, but never will have the same end result as ours. All of these things just allow us to specifically build product for each aspect of the sport. From the boat athlete, beginner, intermediate, advanced, to the cable athlete who really needs something with flex characteristics and longevity. Again, making sure that the materials we use are quality, that they're all put together in the right way and coming out of a facility that nobody else can manufacture like. The collaborative effort is so important with innovation. They want to push the envelope and create the best product just as much as we do. One of the most important parts of being the best within our space is allowing our design engineers, our graphic designers, our outside partners to focus on specific products. Wakesurfing is a great example. We looked beyond our industry and reached out to some of the biggest surf brands in the world that brought a know-how that we didn't necessarily have. We took what we knew from behind the boat and combined it with what they knew from a surfing world to create the coolest product out there. It's this type of mentality, looking beyond our space, that really helps out. These guys brought new ideas, from things like how a Wakesurfer should perform to the materials that go into it. You know, a lot of times I get asked, why do we choose the athletes that we do? It's pretty simple. Most of our guys have a very unique perspective on the sport. From free riders to cable athletes to the guys that have been with the brand forever. Each brings something unique to Hyperlite. It's not necessarily the athlete that's trying to nail the hardest trick or land on top of the podium. What's really important to us is an athlete that can connect to people and somebody that they'd look up to. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just one part of this machine. Hyperlite is comprised of so many people with the same goal. We're all enthusiasts, we all love the sport. From our athletes, to our marketing, to our manufacturing, to our sales. Everybody has the same goal, to build and provide the best product.